This past week, the Morrow Memorial Library held an event called Let Freedom Read at the Norwood Town Common. Library Director Clayton Cheever tells us the importance of an event like this.
What we want to teach together here is we've got the Chief of Police joining us, we have the Chief of the Fire Department, we have Bill O'Donnell, the State Registrar, and we're all coming together to celebrate one of the pillars of this country, which is the freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is only meaningful if you can also read. If you can't read whatever you want, somebody's controlling what you have access to, what intellectual ideas you can actually even engage with. So as a public library, we take very seriously the importance of the freedom of speech and the ability to read whatever you want. A lot of people are frightened by things that are new. One of the things when we think about why these are being challenged, what I think is even more illustrative is you look at the voices that are being silenced. And we know when we look at the titles that are being challenged, it's overwhelmingly people of color and it's members of the LGBTQ community and their voices that are being silenced by these bannings. So really what I want to do is I don't like focusing on the bannings. I want to lift voices up so we can learn from everybody in our community and create a better future for all of us.
I think it made me feel like part of the community, like to be able to, because sometimes you read by yourself, but when you're doing it together quietly, just really enjoying human creativity and human literature just as a community, that was really intense. Because it's everyone that it was myself, the police chief, the fire chief, all of us who see each other in these other contexts, but in this moment all coming together and sort of sharing what we're each other reading and why did we choose what we chose, and it was a really good feeling.
When we look at the numbers, it's actually a very small number of people that are doing the challenging. PEN America has written a report looking at book challenges across the country, and they found overwhelmingly, I think it was over 90% of the challenges, don't you double check my percentages, but the challenges were by only 11 people. So we actually know that a very small number of people have figured out how to use modern media to be very loud and to control what the rest of us have access to read. The vast majority of Americans are very in favor of freedom to read, and that's why we're here. We're not telling you what to read, we're not promoting any idea over any other, just that we're all better when we have individual choice and that freedom, and I'm not telling you and you're not telling me what I can read. Just really pleased we got such a beautiful day. I hope that the rest of the week is similarly nice and everybody is able to find a good book they like. The other thing I would add is there's just so much to read. If you're reading something and you find it's not for you, put it down. We are surrounded in the library by so many more books than any of us will ever have time in our lives to read. So if you don't like it, stop, read something else. That's what I encourage. There is just such a world out there to engage with. There's some serious issues today that we need people, I think we can all agree, we need to figure out how we have so much more in common than we have that sets us, that is different. How do we look for more points of commonality so we can together walk to that future that we want to create?